May 11th, May 12th. I always can't figure out how to get my YouTube up and go video, but my video camera is not working and I can't find a way to get it fixed. But for those of you who don't know who I am, good morning. I am Kitryn Marie. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a working artist, and we're just going to talk a little bit about transparency and authenticity. And if you hear my cat in the background, he needs to go on Prozac, and he goes in the circle. If somebody knows what that is, and I lost connection. And if I lose connection, just bear with me. It comes back. I've got the worst connection here. But anyway, my cat, he thinks something is after him, and I don't know what it is. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just a little neurotic. But this morning I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk a little bit about transparency, authenticity, being authentic. Can't talk either. I've got my power colors on this morning, got one of my t-shirts on, wearing one of my pair of earrings in my line. As you can see, I've got my t-shirts in the background, got some of my jewelry, some of my totes. And if I stumble over words, I apologize. I'm trying to find all the correct things, and I'll try not to say too many times because it's annoying. Hair's looking pretty decent today, which has nothing to do with anything, but it kind of goes in with what I want to talk about being transparent, being authentic, letting your customers, your followers see who you are. I'm going to take these off so they can see who you are, so they can understand why you do the things that you do. And now I can't see it all, so I'm going to put them back on. Maybe I'll put the other ones on. Now I'll just put these back. I don't like the glare. That's my issue. Got the worst lighting in this house, and I can't figure out how to. That might work for a while, and I apologize. But again, being transparent, being authentic, as having a business online, letting people see the real things that you go through every day in trying to put your business together, trying to put a plan together, allowing people to see what you have to deal with in your everyday life, because not all lives are smooth. Not all lives are pretty. When you are balancing having a business, maintaining a home, having an outside gig, it does play havoc in your physical and in your mental and in your emotional being. I pulled out and for those that haven't followed me or don't know how I talk, I do a lot of wraparounds. A wraparound. I go from one thing to another and then I bring it back around. But anyway, Saturday I pulled out my back. I was trying to repair something that my boxer, God love Bruce, destroyed in the yard. He didn't really destroy it, but he was in the process of destroying it, and I caught him. So, and the little one, Canuck, that I have, Shug is her name, but Canuck is what I call her. She was right there getting ready to dig. And she didn't necessarily care that I was standing there watching because she knew I was going to yell at Bruce for ripping up the cedar edging around my new patio that I just put in. 15 bags of marble rock in this patio that I dug and put pavers down. Did it myself because that's how I roll. I like to, if I have a plan, I'll just put it together no matter how long it takes. If I have the vision in my head, I'm going to do it and nobody's going to stop me. So anyway, I had just finished with the patio about 2 weeks ago. The rock needed to settle and I need a few more bags of the rock to finish it off. But the cedar edging, I had only put in one side because I wasn't real sure how it was going to look, and I didn't really know if that's what I wanted, but I couldn't find what I wanted at Lowe's, and I didn't see anything I liked at the other place. What's left? Home Depot. So anyway, Bruce, my 110-pound boxer, um, had pulled the cedar edging out of its little trench along the edge of the patio. And I thought Saturday morning I could just get out there and I thought I could just redig that trench and then replace the cedar edging back where it needed to go. It was cold. It was early in the morning. I'm not a cold weather person. I want to live warm. Send me somewhere where it is 75 and 80-degree temps all the time. The older I've gotten, I cannot do cold because of the autoimmune illness that I have, a form of leukemia that I have. I can't be cold. So I'm out there, t-shirt, shorts, flip-flops, and I'm digging with my shovel, trying to redig this trench. And I went to go hit the ground with the shovel, and it reverted back into my body, and my whole back popped up. You could hear each vertebrae in my spine crack. And every muscle in my back kind of just, I don't know, froze, spasmed, and it's been an uphill battle ever since. And for anybody who knows me, I don't stand still. I don't lay still. I am the worst patient in the world. If I'm not feeling good, I don't want to be coddled. If I'm not feeling good, don't hover over me. If I'm not feeling good, there's not really one ounce of anything in me, but you want to see that come out of me, be around me when I'm sick. I'm not nice. I don't mean to be like that. It's just who I am. It's a matter of just let me take care of the things that I need to take care of. I know what I have to do for my body. I know what I have to do for the physical, the emotional, and the mental things. And oftentimes people don't understand that and they take that really personal. And it's nothing personal. It's most likely how I was raised. And this goes into being transparent, being authentic, because when you are transparent and you are authentic, you are connecting with your customers, your followers, your future buyers, because they are relating to who you are. And when they like who you are, they'll want to know more about you. How did she get started? Why does she do the things that she does? Why does she talk with her hands all the time? Why can't she see with the glasses? She has umpteen pair of glasses. Why can't she see? What is she doing with her hair? Leave it alone. These are all things as human beings, as we're watching many, many people on TV and on the internet, and we're playing on our phone. And these are all things that go on in our head. You can even think about the movie stars, and I could give a care less about Hollywood, but the movie stars, you're watching them in interviews and you're like kind of combing over, why did she wear that outfit today? That does not go with her at all. Well, why would she say that? And as you are criticizing what that person's doing, you're really trying to scope out what you can see in the authentic part of that person. Now, as a movie star, not me, but the movie star on TV that you see, they are hoping that they're going to say something that you will want to follow everything that they do. You'll want to hear every interview. You'll want to buy every piece of clothing that they promote. You want to know every ounce of anything that they're drinking. That's just human nature. So when you have an online business and you are trying to promote all of these things in your business, trying to find the right customer, because selling isn't easy. It takes a certain kind of brass that you're able to go in front of a camera, go in front of people, go in front of an audience and give your spiel. You could stand there and you can look all cute and everything. You'd be like, yeah, this is what I sell. This is what I do. And people will be like, yeah, so what? I can go to the next person over there and they might have the same thing. So as you become more confident with who you are, and these are things we talk about in my business coaching classes, as you become more confident with who you are and what your product is, you're able to be a little bit more authentic to who you are, allowing people to see glimpses into your life so they kind of understand the day in and the day out of what it takes to put your business together. So if someone says to me, well, why do you have a t-shirt line and why do you have earrings and why do you make totes and why do you promote, a kitchen line and why do you have kitchen products and why? Why? Well, why not? If you know that there is something that you like, something that draws your own eye, your own interest to it, and you can talk about it and become like second skin to it, why would you not want to incorporate it into your daily business plan? I am a t-shirt kind of girl. I'm gonna stand up here a minute, and if I like grimace a little bit, it's my back. Um, but anyway, I am a t-shirt kind of girl because I do like to work with horses because my long-term plan is to have my own rescue facility. I'm a t-shirt, I can't lift my leg to show you, jeans, blue jeans, and a boot kind of girl, or sandals. Oh, we're not going to sit back down. Poor Tyler last night, my youngest. He's like, Mom, are you all right? No, I'm not. But anyway, promoting things that I like, promoting what I like to wear. I'm not the only one. There are a million people, million other girls, women, guys that like to wear t-shirts and jeans and boots or sandals. So having something that puts off this vibe, puts off how I'm feeling or what I'm thinking or how I can create a conversation piece with what I'm doing. So that wraparound effect with that is if I have a t-shirt line, why would I not want jewelry to go with it? Why would I not want something that complements? Why would I not want something that complements the line of teas? When we talk about having those complementary lines, in my kitchen line, because I promote coffee cups, I have my own line of graphic coffee cups. I promote a line of coffee. I'm a distributor for a company. And then I have my aprons and I have my cutting boards and I have my oven mitts and things like that. Why then would I not want totes? Because you have to go to the grocery store. We're all trying to help and save, the environment. Why would I not want to have something to help that entity grow? Maybe you don't want what I have. That's fine. You don't have to. Not everybody likes handcrafted. Some people still like to resort to going to big box stores. But I think what most people don't understand is the mindset of an artist. The mindset of if we are not creating, we really have no life. We were put here on this earth, in my mind, I think, to create, to bring some sense of beauty and a craft and a trade into the public's eye. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'll tell you that right now. I'm one of those people that either you like me or you can't stand me. And those people that can't stand me, that has more to do with who they are and what's going on in their mind and where their lack and insecurities are. So those aren't the people that I want in my little tribe. They don't understand the vibe. But the people that do like me, they want to know how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. They want to hear things about my kids. My kids are great. I've got three great, great kids. And they want to hear about my grandkids, and I've got four of them. So let me tell you a little story here because I'm going to bounce back and forth. Um, my second to oldest grandson, James, his birthday is May 19th, and we are celebrating his birthday this Saturday. And I'm on the phone. My daughter calls me Mother's Day. Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Hold on. The kids want to talk to you. Now, she's got Anthony, who's 12, James, who's going to be 9, Carmen, who's 3. She'll be 4 October. And then we have Rosa, the new baby. So I'm like, okay, let me talk to all the kids. So I get on the phone with Anthony, my 12-year-old, and him and my grandsons and I are like this. And Carmen, when I'm around her, she always wants to see my bracelets. Ooh, sparkly. And she wants to see my nails. And that's the other thing, my nail wraps that I have in my line of stuff, because it complements. It all goes together. And I'll get to the latest and greatest that I'm adding into the line when I get done with my spiel and my story. So Anthony, I say to him, how are you? How's school? What's going on? What are you reading? This kid is smarter than any 12-year-old I've ever known. And I listen to him and I'm like, I was doing some other things when I was 12, not that. So he proceeds to tell me that he's going to reread a novel. And I'm like, a novel. I'm like, okay, great. That's wonderful. What's the novel about? Because I want to know. So when I see him the next time, which will be this Saturday, I can say, so how is this going on? So anyway, I say to him, okay, Grandma's got a little extra money what you need, because I've told my grandkids if there is anything that they need to say, anything that they need to speak and get off their mind, anything that they might want that they don't want to ask their parents for, to always come to Grandma. Grandma is always going to be there, because that's how we were raised. That's how my sister and my cousins and I were raised. We could go to my grandma and there was not one thing that our grandma let us go without. And it was a different decade, a different generation, a different mindset, but the mindset is still the same. My grandkids come first. I love my 3 kids. My grandbabies are everything in this planet. So anyway, Anthony says, Grandma, I really don't need anything. And I said, do you need a new bedspread? Do you want some candy? And he says, Grandma, he says, you know a lot of people. Yeah, I do. I do know a lot of people. And he says, you know that guy that you've been fighting with? And he's talking about the county executive here in our area. And because I've been pretty political over the last 15 months, which is no surprise mostly to anybody. But I say, yeah, what about it? Get me a coupon. And I go, a coupon for what? And he says, I can't wear a mask anymore, Grandma. He said, there's something wrong with this big picture. Grandma, you know people. Can you get that for me? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to tell my grandbaby no. I'm not going to tell him, no, sorry, Anthony, I can't do that. And I turned around and I just said, you know what? Grandma's working on it. Grandma's working on it really hard. And that man knows exactly who I am and why I'm fighting for all of these things. And it goes back to being so authentic with your life, with your family, that other people can connect to. You know, we've all gone through hell over the last 15 months. You know, who thought freeze before all of this? That's been my biggest thing. You know, my biggest argument has been with people who are in their 70s, a product of the 60s. You rebelled against anything and everything, and now you're going to fall for this? So it's setting a tone, it's setting precedent, it's being able to have conversations, all conversations, so people kind of really get to know who you are and why you're doing all the things that you do. Now, as a working artist, I've always been a painter. Um, it was one of those things, a talent I always had that I really didn't know I had till my dad had bought me this painting kit after Jason, my oldest, was born. And he said, "You're going to need a hobby. You're going to need something to do." And I'm like, "Dad, I have a new baby. I don't have time." And he said, "You'll make time. You'll find time." Well, lo and behold, I could paint. And Jason was born in 1985, and I've been painting ever since. And in the past, oh, I don't know, I'll say in the past 8 years, I started teaching painting classes, and I love it. That is just the purest extension to who I am. Being able to stand up in front of a group, and speak um, a language that other people interpret into their mind, because I don't stand up there and I don't say, "Now you're going to do this and now you're going to do that." And I think I'm going to sneeze, and I don't have a Kleenex with me. I think I am. Hold on. Well, maybe I'll take a drink first. I don't know what it is. I feel like all of a sudden I want to sneeze. But I lost my train of thought. Having people in front of me where my words, they're internalizing in their head, and they are taking their hand with the brush and using what I call the eye mind hand coordination. Because again, I don't stand up there and say, "Now you're going to do this, and now you're going to do this, and now you're going to do this." I give people the options. And my painting classes have become very, very successful. But over the last 15, 16 months, it has been almost impossible to try to live, to make an income. So having that kind of creativity, it really did seem very possible that if I put together this t-shirt line with the earrings, and go into a more boho Americana Western line, because I did say in a post or a video that I did last week, excuse me, we are going to see more and more Western, real American things. Think in terms of John Wayne. Um, and Farmhouse, although we love Farmhouse still, we're going to see it kind of go to a wayside, and we're going to see things change with Farmhouse, and we're going to become more rustic. We're going to see more color. We're going to see more kimono, which is Japanese, but it fits into that boho Americana line. We're going to see more color. People are going to be bringing bigger and bolder into their house, bringing and introducing color. Even if you just paint one wall a vivid color, that pretty much is a statement. I'm all about color. I'm all about being living out loud in color, living outside of a box. And I'm hoping the people that are following me, which I have 267 subscribers on my channel, and I appreciate that. The way that social media has been changing, you don't know who is seeing you. You don't know who is following you. You don't know who's listening to the words that you're saying. You don't know what kind of an inspiration. I've got something in my eye. You don't know what kind of inspiration you can be to somebody else who is sitting back, moaning and groaning that they can't do anything with their life, or their business isn't growing. Your business isn't growing. Stop moaning and groaning and become very transparent with what you are going through. Start talking what's happening in your life. Expose the parts of your life that you are willing to share. I love to travel. My last trip was in October. Maybe if you like to travel, talk about your Airbnb experiences. Talk about the place that you dined. Talk about the environment in which you stayed in. I stayed in a little cove outside of Mountain View, Arkansas. I had to stop and think. And it was cute. It was quaint. It was quiet. I crave that kind of quiet. The introvert in me, although I do talk, and I'm very public, I'm an introvert. I like my quiet. I like being left alone. I like my own space. I like doing the things that I need to do to keep me calm and stress free. And this place that we stayed in October, it was just wonderful. It was just a really good place. So if I talk to you about travel, can you connect? Where's the last place you've been? Where's the next place you think you were going? I'm going to Wisconsin in June. I cannot wait. My sister's in Wisconsin. That's a trip that I haven't been up there in a while. I miss my sister. I only have one sister. Um, and we're opposite, complete opposite ends of a spectrum. There are parts of us that are similar, like in the way that we talk. Um, we don't look anything alike. We don't dress anything alike. She's a very corporate kind of person, and I am on the opposite side of corporate. There is nothing corporate about me. So, you talk about that. You talk about your family, your siblings, your mom, your dad. What can your customers, your followers, your potential buyers connect with you that make them want to buy from you? They want to purchase something that you do, some service that you have. And you can use that in any industry. It doesn't necessarily just have to be in the art industry. It can be any type of a service. Maybe you're a baker. Maybe you're a plumber. Maybe you're in the restaurant industry, which I do have my hand in that still 3 days a week. And if I can't talk you to death, I can force feed you. Excuse me. Maybe you clean houses. Um, Maybe you sell houses. Maybe you do photography. I do photography. I take my cameras everywhere I go. You know, what can you talk about your product or your service that people are going to relate because of who you are and why you're doing the things that you do? This morning, like I said, I'm feeling okay at the moment, but because again of the autoimmune issue I have, everything just reacts different on me. I'm so overdue for a blood test. Glitches with healthcare. There's a lot of factors that play into that. And here's this whole last 15 months, healthcare has been the front and center issue in all of our minds. Where my personal belief is, our government has wanted us to go into that socialistic healthcare thing. And if healthcare is going to be free for everybody, then it needs to be free for everybody. And it needs to be at quality. There were 2 years I ran back and forth to a cancer center to have blood tests done every 3 months. And it was like cattle call. I was like, this isn't the way that healthcare is supposed to be, and they were nice and I was getting the service that I need till I kind of realized they weren't really caring about me. They were caring about the financial end of it that would come on their part. And I was being told the same thing. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. Whatever you're, taking care of yourself, do. There is no cure. There is no real treatment. It's just a matter of I have to take care of my physical being. When I feel sick, I know I'm going to be sick. When I get hurt, I know it's going to take an extra couple days for me to heal. The B cell in all of our bodies that run the lymphatic system, that keeps our immune system and our white cells fighting off infections. Mine is compromised from a staph infection that I developed 3 years prior to being diagnosed. They threw it into a cancer category for the money part of it, but it's mostly an autoimmune issue. I waited too long to get to the hospital, and sepsis set in. So by the time I had gotten to the hospital, the staph infection completely had taken over my whole body and my body was shutting down. Well, what it did was it went in and it compromised the B cell. So my B cell, it's still there, but it doesn't work like it's supposed to. So as we are talking this past year about things that are healthy and the things that we need to do to keep our immune system up, you first have to understand how your immune system works. And for you to allow somebody else to tell you that there's a possibility that you might get sick is really just gaslighting. It's playing in your mind that, oh my God, the power of suggestion. So whoever you are out there, maybe you have an autoimmune issue and you've been using that for an excuse to why you can't do this, why you can't start your own side hustle, why you can't start your own small business. I'm tired all the time. I am tired all the time. And when I hurt, like I said earlier, I am not a nice person to be around. Um, but it doesn't keep me down. It doesn't hold me back. It keeps me going forward because I have a mission. I have a goal. I have a purpose. In my law of attraction classes, we talk about the Akashic records, the contract that you made with your higher power before you were even born. So whatever it is that you're going on in your life right now, whatever is happening to you, you signed on for this. You chose this, and patterns and behavior that continues with the same actions, choosing the same thing, always ending up with the same result. So you can't let things hold you back. You need to be able to step outside of yourself. You need to be able to understand who you are, why you do the things you do, be able to connect to your audience, be able to talk to whomever. You don't want to get into a big dissertation when you first meet somebody, but the more you become public and the more you become online and the more you are seen in any entity that you can be seen, so people get a glimpse into who you are, why you do the things you do, and what you do, so they want what you have. So I will go ahead. I have talked over here now almost 33 minutes. It's a long time for YouTube. So again, I am Kitryn Marie. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I am a working artist. I teach creative-minded women how they can take their gifts and their talents and they can create little side hustles. We talk about all those things that your higher power has given you, all those little talents that you can take that hobby and make a little bit of money with it. Nobody should have to be told how they need to make their income. Nobody should force you to live in a box, and nobody should force you to work in the atmosphere that someone else thinks that you should work. Be true to yourself, be true to your soul, understand why you are the way you are. We're all products of our environment, whether we want to agree with it or not. But as you get older, you get to pick and choose the better parts of the people that influenced you in your life. In July this year, I'll be 60. I've learned a lot over the last 10 years. I've understood more about what loyalty and respect looks like. I understand why I've become the creative person I am. And I also understand that if it was not for my dad and my grandma teaching me to be so independent, where most people don't understand. Most people expect you to fall in line and to be a follower. And when you're a leader, people have a hard time because, again, it has to do with their lack and their insecurities. So for today, for tomorrow, be happy, be blessed, be thankful for all the wonderful things that do come into your life. Remember, fate does turn on a dime, and you need to decide what side of that coin you want to be on. If you would like to see all of my merchandise, if you would like to see all of my work, please go over to kitryn-marie.weebly.com to see all that there is available. Look into any of my art classes. I will be having more merchandise coming. I have head wraps that are coming, and I have Americana Infinity scarves that will be coming in the next couple days. I'm waiting for my supplier. KM Designs, my merchandise, the line is growing, my business is growing, and there's going to be nobody that's going to hold me back and tell me that I can't do what I need to do in order to provide for my family, keep my home, keep my car going, and keep me traveling and going and wrangling my horses whenever, if I can stand up, wrangle my horses whenever there's an opportunity. So, y'all take care. Please, please subscribe. Please like, please share. It's important to us small business owners that we are seen in the correct light. So, y'all take care, and I will see you hopefully in a couple days or so. Alrighty, bye. Take care.